Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Olufemi Michael. I'm a data analytics instructor. Today we'll be looking at how to record macros in Excel. When it comes to macros in Excel, it can be used to assist us in our repetitive tasks. Now, if you look at my table on sheet 1, we have 4 columns table and 15 rows. Now, let's say that I want to carry out a task on this particular table. Now, and the task is that I want to make a border grid on this table. That's one. Number two, I want to bold the first row, and then I want to sum the number of items sold. Also, and I also want to multiply the sales price by the number of items sold in order to get my gross sales. And lastly, I want to calculate my gross sales. Now, let's say these are the things I want to do on this table. And maybe I still have some things I still want to do on this table. Now, and what I'm about to do on this table, I am also expected to do it the on the next table. When I mean the next table, I'm referring to the sheet 2, which is our next table. Now, let me go back to my sheet 1. This is my sheet 2. Now, let me go back to my sheet 1. Now, on sheet 1, I'm going to perform all these tasks, and I'm expected to perform it also on sheet 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now, let's say that this data comes in every day, Monday through Friday. Now, what you have carried out on the first data that came in on Monday, you are going to perform it also to the second data on Tuesday, to the third, to the fourth, and to the fifth. Or let's even assume that every Friday you are going to work on each data from Monday through Friday, performing the same task, performing the same task before presenting your report. Before presenting your report. Now, instead of you to do it manually, you can actually make use of macros. What you just need to do is to record your macros on the first sheet, and the second sheet, third sheet, fourth sheet, and fifth sheet will be automated by the use of macros. So it means that I will first record my macros on the first sheet, and then I will stop my recording, then I will run it. So it will now effect on the second sheet, third sheet, fourth sheet, and the fifth sheet. So let's see how we can make use of macros. Now, the first thing you need to do is to come to your developer, which is this. You click your developer. Now, if you don't have developer on your laptop, you can just write in the comments, then I will do a video on how to activate a developer. Okay, now the first thing we are going to do is that we are going to come here and record macro. So I will click. Now, here I'm going to give my macro a name. So I will cancel this, and I'm going to put sales underscore data. So on this description, I'm going to put sales data automation with the use of macros. Sales data automation with the use of macros, and I will press OK. Now, can you see that this thing has changed to stop recording? Now I'm not stop recording because I want to record my tags on this first sheet. Now, the first thing I want to do on this data is that I want to put a border grid. So I will come to my home and click here and put all borders. So the next thing is I will bold my column header, bold, then I will give it a format it, giving it this particular color. Good. Now the next thing I want to do on this table is I want to sum my number of items. That will be equals to sum. So I will copy down, close my brackets and hit my enter. So I have 221 items sold. Now I also want to apply this tick outside borders on my results. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to calculate number of items sold multiplied by my sales price to get my gross sales. That will be equals to this cell multiply by this cell will give me this cell. So this answer. So I will autofill. Now I multiply this by this and I got this. I multiply this by this and I got this. Now the next thing is I want to write my results. I want to calculate the total gross sales. That will be equals to sum. So that will be, copy down, close my brackets, then I will hit my enter. So I have, then I will bold as well. I'll bold my answer. I'll also bold here. So let me also apply this as well to this one as well. Good. Now I have 189,340. That is my total gross sales, and the number of items sold I have 221. So this is the data that came in on Monday, let's assume, right? So now I have sheet 2, I have sheet 3, I have sheet 4, and I have sheet 5. Now what I have done on this table, I must also perform it on sheet 2, 3, 4, and 5. But I don't want to do it manually. Rather, I want to use macros. Rather, I don't want to do it manually. That is the reason why I'm recording my macros, so that macros will effect it on table 2, 3, 4, and 5. I hope it's clear now. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my developer and I'm going to stop recording. Now, now, now that I've stopped recording, the next thing to do now is this. I will I will clear my format. I will clear all my formats, remove the bold, and I also clear my grid. I'll just click no bother. So I will also clear my results, delete. So I've cleared all the steps I applied on this table. Now let's go back to a developer. So I will come to my developer, then under my developer I will come to macros. So now remember the title I gave to my table, sales data, and also remember the description, sales data automation with the use of macros. So now this is my first table, then I will click run. Can you see? Now I will click my sheet 2, which is the data for day 2. See it here. Then I will go back to my macros again and run. You see? So for the day 2 data, I have 190 items sold and 241,810 gross sales. So for the sheet 3, I will do the same thing, go to my macros and run. So number of items sold, I have 173 and 312,810 gross sales. So I will go to my sheet 4 and run my macros as well. So go to my macros and run. Can you see here? Number of items sold 158 and the total gross sales 379,610. So I'll move to the next sheet. I will click and I will go to my macros again and I will run. Can you see here? I have 125 items sold, then the gross sales I have 299,610. So let me go back to my main sheet, the sheet 1. So you've seen that we've been able to use macros to automate the second data, third, fourth, and fifth. So that means instead of you to do it manually, you can just record a macros for your first table and run it on the second, third, fourth, and fifth table. Now let's see how we can also view a VBA code for this task that we executed. So what I will do is to come to my view code under my developer. So I will just click view code. So now here I have my module 1. I had for my first sheet, second sheet, third sheet, fourth sheet, and my fifth sheet. So here I will just click my module. Now if you look at here, I have sales data macro, that is the name of my sheet, my table, and then the description, sales data automation with the use of macros. So these are my VBA codes on my on the tasks I executed in Excel. So these are my codes. So we look at here, range A1 to D15 dot select, selection dot border, that is the step I applied on my table. Here you can now see it in form of a code. This is a VBA code. This is a VBA code. So if you then end with selection, end with done, then another thing I applied with selection dot borders again. You remember the border grid. So let's scroll down. Let's see our VBA code. So here, this is another one. Range A1 to D1 select, selection dot font dot bold is equal to true. Remember the column header, I bold my column header. Yes, so now it's saying true. Now if I change this one to false, I change it to false and I hit run. Now let's see what happen. Let's see what will happen in Excel. Here's my table. I click. See now, see the effect of what I did on my VBA. Now the bold has been removed automatically. So let me go back to the VBA code again. So it means here that if I want it to effect on the second, third, fourth, and fifth, so it means that I will continue to run, and then it will effect on the second table, third table, fourth table, and my fifth table. That's it. I hope you've learned something again today. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel in order to see more of my videos. Thank you very much. Bye.